In the year 193 CE, a new chapter began in the Roman Empire with the ascension of Septimius Severus. Born in the city of Leptis Magna, part of modern-day Libya, Severus was not of traditional Roman descent. His rise to power was far from ordinary and marked by a series of extraordinary events. As a young man, Severus climbed the ranks of Roman society, bolstering his reputation through his military and political prowess. But the true turning point came with the untimely death of Emperor Pertinax. The Roman Empire was left leaderless, plunging it into a state of chaos and civil war. It was in this tumultuous period that Severus saw his opportunity to seize the throne. Severus, with his formidable military background, quickly mobilized his legions and marched towards Rome. His competitors were no match for his strategic genius and military might. One by one they fell, and Severus emerged victorious, claiming the title of emperor. The Roman Empire at the time of Severus's ascension was a vast and complex entity, stretching from the sun-drenched sands of Africa to the cold northern reaches of Britannia. It was a melting pot of cultures, languages, and traditions, presenting a unique set of challenges for any leader. The empire was also plagued by internal strife, economic instability, and threats from barbarian tribes on its borders. Severus, however, was undeterred. His vision for the Roman Empire was one of unity and strength. He believed in the power of the Roman legions and the resilience of its people. He knew the road ahead was fraught with challenges, but he was prepared to face them head-on. In the face of adversity, Severus displayed remarkable leadership. His policies and decisions would not only steer the empire through some of its most challenging times, but would also set the stage for a new era of Roman history. Thus began the reign of Septimius Severus, a reign that would dramatically reshape the Roman Empire. His story is a testament to the power of ambition, resilience, and leadership, and it's a chapter of Roman history that continues to fascinate us even today. Severus, now the Roman emperor, set his sights on expanding and strengthening the empire. Once crowned, he wasted no time in making his mark. His military campaigns were legendary, with his sights set on the Parthian Empire, a long-standing rival of Rome. The Parthians had been a thorn in the side of the Roman Empire for centuries, but Severus was determined to bring them under Roman rule. With his army, he marched east, and after a series of strategic battles, he successfully annexed the Parthian Empire. This was no small feat. The Parthians were known for their military prowess, but under Severus's leadership, the Roman legions prevailed. The conquest of Parthia not only expanded the boundaries of the Roman Empire but also enhanced its prestige. But Severus wasn't just a conqueror. He understood that true power lay in consolidation. Back at home, he set about fortifying his position. He knew that to maintain control, he needed a loyal military. So, he made significant changes to the Roman military structure. He increased the pay of soldiers, offered them the chance to marry and have families, and even allowed them to rise through the ranks, irrespective of their social status. One of his most significant reforms was the creation of a new Praetorian Guard. This was a unit of the Roman army that was responsible for protecting the emperor. The previous guard had proved disloyal, leading to the downfall of his predecessor. Severus was not going to make the same mistake. He disbanded the old guard and created a new one, handpicking soldiers who were loyal to him. This ensured his safety and solidified his control over the empire. Severus's reign was marked by military conquests and political consolidation. He was a shrewd ruler who understood that power was not merely about conquest, but also about maintaining control. His reforms to the military and the creation of a new Praetorian Guard ensured his dominance at home, even as he expanded the empire's borders. In the midst of conquests and internal reform, Severus was forging a lasting legacy. While known for his military prowess, Severus was also a shrewd administrator at home. His domestic policies reflected a keen understanding of the complexities of ruling an empire as vast and diverse as Rome. One of his first steps was to centralize power. He believed in a top-down approach to governance, with the emperor holding the reins. Severus strengthened the power of the throne, reducing the influence of the Senate and other elements within the Roman political structure. He also increased the role of the army in administration, a move that allowed him to maintain control over the military, while also ensuring the loyalty of his troops. In terms of economic reforms, Severus was particularly innovative. He understood the importance of a stable economy for the stability of the empire. He revamped the economic structure, focusing on a more equitable distribution of wealth. He introduced new taxes and revised old ones, making them more efficient and less burdensome for the common citizen. Severus also had a firm hand when it came to law and order. He believed in the rule of law and enforced strict penalties for those who broke it. This approach extended to all levels of society, from the highest-ranking officials to the ordinary citizen, reinforcing the idea that no one was above the law. His administration, however, wasn't all about rules and regulations. Severus was a great patron of the arts and culture. He commissioned numerous building projects across the empire, from grand public buildings to more modest structures. These projects not only showcased the wealth and power of Rome, but also provided employment and economic stimulation. In terms of cultural patronage, Severus was a keen supporter of literature, philosophy, and the sciences. He encouraged the creation and dissemination of knowledge, fostering a vibrant intellectual culture within the empire. Severus was more than a soldier. He was a ruler who left a deep imprint on the fabric of Roman society. His policies and administration shaped the Roman Empire in ways that would be felt for centuries to come. His reign, while characterized by military conquests, was also a time of significant domestic progress and cultural flourishing. As the years passed, Severus faced the challenge of ensuring the continuation of his dynasty. His twilight years were marked by deteriorating health and the pressing issue of succession. Severus, ever the pragmatist, had groomed his sons, Caracalla and Geta, from a young age to inherit the vast Roman Empire. The boys were made joint emperors, a move designed to ensure a smooth transition of power. However, sibling rivalry, as old as time itself, cast a long shadow over Severus's plans. Caracalla and Geta were as different as night and day. Caracalla was fiery, impulsive, and a born warrior, while Geta was more inclined towards scholarly pursuits and diplomacy. This divergence in temperament led to an intense animosity between the brothers, a feud that threatened to split the empire in two. Despite his failing health, Severus tried his best to mediate between his sons, instilling in them the importance of unity for the empire's survival. He is often quoted as saying, "You, my sons, be harmonious, enrich the soldiers, and scorn all others." His words, however, fell on deaf ears as the enmity between Caracalla and Geta only deepened. In the year 211 CE, Severus's health finally gave way. He died in Eboracum, today known as York, England, far from his birthplace in Leptis Magna, North Africa. His last words to his sons were a plea for unity, but his death only served to escalate the tension between the brothers. The final years of Severus's reign were a testament to his tenacity and determination. Despite his failing health and the looming threat of a power struggle, he never wavered from his duty as emperor. He strived till the end to ensure a smooth transition of power, a task made all the more difficult by the deep-seated animosity between his sons. With his death, Severus left behind a complex legacy and an empire on the precipice of change. His reign marked a significant shift in the Roman Empire's trajectory, setting the stage for a tumultuous period of history that would profoundly shape the future of the empire. The echoes of Severus's reign reverberate through history, shaping our understanding of the Roman Empire. As a ruler, Septimius Severus left an indelible mark on the Roman Empire, one that would shape its future and influence the course of history. His reign was characterized by change and evolution, reflected in the military reforms and the centralization of power that were hallmarks of his rule. Severus's military reforms were a significant shift in the Roman Empire, setting a precedent for future emperors. He raised the pay of the soldiers and expanded the Roman army by adding new legions. This not only bolstered the strength of the empire, but also made the military a more attractive career option for the citizens. His strategy was clear: to have a strong and loyal military that would support his successors and the empire. The centralization of power was another defining feature of Severus's reign. He took steps to consolidate power within the imperial office, reducing the influence of the Senate and establishing a monarchy in all but name. This centralization was a shift from the more traditional power structures of the Roman Empire, and it set a new standard for imperial rule. Severus's legacy didn't end with his death. It lived on in his successors, his sons Caracalla and Geta, who continued his policies. They inherited a powerful centralized empire with a strong military backbone, and it was this legacy that would shape the future of the Roman Empire. The picture of Severus painted by historians is one of a complex character. He was a man of ambition who wouldn't hesitate to use force to achieve his goals. Yet he was also a visionary who saw the need for change and took steps to implement it. His reign was a time of transition, of shifting power dynamics and evolving policies. Septimius Severus, a man of ambition and contradiction, forever etched in the annals of Roman history.